We got some drama in the world of AI. Elon Musk just announced his new AI model called Grok, and it is designed to compete with other large language models such as OpenAI. The reason this is so drama-packed is Elon Musk has kind of had a beef with ChatGPT for a little while now. You may recall that in fact he co-founded OpenAI back in 2015, but since has been a pretty vocal critic of that company, especially with them partnering with Microsoft's Bing Chat. He kind of felt like it was developing some perverse incentives which separated it from its primary objective as a public benefit corporation. And so it's really interesting to see him developing another model, but it's not just competition for competition's sake. He really is coming at it from a unique perspective. So Grok is trained on all of the data that's scraped from X, the artist formerly known as Twitter. Not too long ago, Elon Musk also filed a lawsuit against OpenAI for scraping content from Twitter without their consent. And so this is kind of his next move in a way. Not only can you not use our content, but we're going to use it to compete with you. What kind of separates this from other models and is most intriguing to me is that it's modeled after The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, in Elon Musk's words. And so it's kind of got its own personality. It's one of the things that drives me crazy when I use ChatGPT is just how bland it is. It doesn't seem to have any sense of humor, and the worst is when you ask it questions that sort of abut any censorship guardrails. It just gives you this blank answer that's just straight off of a script. It's a constant reminder that you're just talking to a black box. What's really lacking and detracting from the verisimilitude in these models is they just don't have any personality. So it's interesting to see him coming at it from this angle. It's gonna be kind of snarky, kind of funny in the way that it answers questions. This is not to say that it'll not have any censorship guidelines. I'm sure there will be some. There's already users that I can see now who are asking it questions like, how do I make cocaine? And its answers kind of come at it from a unique perspective. Instead of just saying, that's illegal, I'm not talking about that. I think the response was something along the lines of, well, first you're going to want to get a degree in chemistry, and then you're going to want to get a DEA license to be able to produce it. So answering, but in unique and creative ways so as not to violate its ethical guidelines. I think that's really interesting. Flaws that I can see ahead of time in this is that while it's very cool that the data set is real time, that kind of gives it a more sort of embodied sense in that it's experiencing the internet as the internet unfolds, like real time, right? But the problem is if we think back to when Elon Musk purchased Twitter and turned it into X, one of the major complaints that he had was the sheer volume of bots that were on Twitter. Recent kind of estimates say that up to 4%, 5% of X users are actually AI bots, but the trouble is that they produce so much content, anywhere from 24 to 29% of all content on X is generated from an AI. So that kind of creates a sort of solipsistic crisis, possibly, in that the data set that his large language model will be using to generate responses could be up to 30% informed by other AI systems. If that number grows, which it might well, the amount of content being produced by AI seems to be going up, is it going to become a really weird networked echo chamber where it's just parroting other large language models? I don't know if that is as big a problem as I'm making it. It seems like something that Elon Musk may have considered and probably has plans to address. But until he tells us how he's doing it, I'll be somewhat dubious, to say the least. Based on standardized benchmarks, Grok is already outperforming ChatGPT 3.5 and a few other models as well. And so it's really interesting to see a model that V1, it's still in beta, it's already outperforming these massive models that are on, multiple phases and being used by millions of people. Not a lot can be said about Grok AI at the moment just because it is such new news, but one thing can be said for certain, and that it's going to be a much more entertaining approach to artificial intelligence. And even if it's nothing burger, at least we get to hear Elon Musk criticize OpenAI in a more public forum. I love watching that drama unfold. If you have no interest in seeing any of that, definitely do not subscribe to the Singularity Survival Guide. My name is Ray. Thanks for spending the time with me. I'll catch you in the next one, guys.